Hello everyone, my name is Oni, and we got a brand new LEGO Ninjago set that doesn't come out until August early. It's June, isn't that crazy? So let's talk about the set. Since I got it early, I'm very excited to actually review this set. This is the X-1 Legacy Ninja Charger for the 15th anniversary. Not to be confused with the 10th anniversary, and not to be confused with the original. This set has been made 3 different times, and this has been the most different version of this set. We also, at the end of this video, we'll be comparing the sets from X-1 Ninja Charger 2 with the other X-1 Ninja Chargers to see if this is better or worse. So starting out, let's take a look at the build, then we'll take a look at the figures, and then we're going to take a look at the comparison, and then we're going to finally add Dusk to the Ninja display. I can't wait to do that. So let's start with the build. So first up, let's start with the motorcycle build. This is a very sleek motorcycle build, probably my favorite out of all the X-1 Ninja Charger bikes. It's very sleek and it still looks like a motorcycle that I think could work on its own, even if there are some issues with it. One, there's no control panel, there's nothing here, and I think this is a great point to start discussing. I took off, if you look at this in the back, from the last time that you saw this set during my other review, Kai was up here with his shoulder pads. And I want to see why Kai's shoulder pads were not added. So I tried to see if maybe Kai's shoulder pads didn't fit into this, but that actually wasn't the case. What was the case was Kai's shoulder pads don't fit here. The scabbard doesn't go in. So I took a copy of Kai that I have and I cut off that to see if it would fit then. And what I found is, yes, it will fit in there. Now, the question is, because I haven't tested this part yet, will this fit into that? But going off a little bit more details of this, we have 2 little mini katanas coming out the back that was introduced in the Tournament of Sources line. Very nice. And we have these little like grill pieces going down the back, and these 2 pieces here will line up to lock this in place, so it's just like while it's in there, you know? But yeah, so now let's take a look at the actual X-1 Ninja Charger. So we're turning Kai to the X-1 Ninja Charger and also testing to see if the armor will fit. You can kind of see here, this lifts up, and this is where the bike is stored, and this is where the grooves go to lock the motorcycle kind of in place, so again, it doesn't just fall right out while you're playing with the set. So what you do is you push this bike all the way back until you hear this thing click, the spring in the back. And it's a little hard to do the way that I'm doing it. I broke something, I think. No. Hold on. Wait, no, maybe, did I break something? No. No, right now that's pushing on it, so. Oh no, I pushed down on the bike. That's what I heard break off. Some pieces from the bike. Okay, so right now you just push, there you go. You get that click, and it goes down, and there. Now it's in there, and it's not gonna, the bike isn't gonna fall out. And Kai's bike rolls very well, and he does fit in this with the armor. So the fact that this is not the problem, it's the scabbard in the back hitting that's kind of annoying, because then if that wasn't the case, that was ever so lower by 1 stud, or 1 plate, we could have gotten armor on Kai. Because that's why there's no armored Kai. Because that is one of the complaints of the set, is that the figures are lacking. General Cryptor doesn't really have like great armor and no leg printing. Kai, then the only other actual figure is Kai, and he doesn't even have a CX armor. And this is the figure that came in the set. And then Dusk is here, and we'll talk about her later. She's fine, but she's like an extra figure because she's only a collectible 15th anniversary. But overall, this design I really like. So this is very similar to the Nightcrawler from Sons of Garmadon. We have this really cool, sleek car, kind of gives a kind of F1 vibes. See the headlights, some of those mini katanas that we're seeing on the bike here. Then some flame detailing here. This is stickered, and then Kai's original symbol here. More stickers, and you see a bit of orange and red being built into the set. And it's really, really sweet. You see this really cool engine here. And this is kind of what hides the spring mechanism down there. And then you have this really cool spoiler with the original elemental symbol there. And it's also on the wheels here. You see this cool like flame detailing. this symbol, the same symbol here, and the fire here, and then the X-1 here. And Kai also has 2 swords up top. Going to the back, there's 2 more swords that kind of completes the spoiler. More engine detailing in the sticker here, and fire engine here. And then we have a really cool exhaust here. And then we have some stuff here. I have not translated this into Ninjago. Maybe I'll do that at the end of the video, but I have not done that yet. And then you have these lights here, and then it's all mirrored on this side. And then it rolls very nicely. Very, very nicely it rolls. And then, lifting this, the bike shoots out very far and very powerful. And this is on a bed sheet that I put down to do the Lego set reviews. This rolls very nice. The function's very nice. I love the design. Overall, I would say this is an amazing Kai vehicle. Now, how would I compare it for a legacy set? Well, grabbing the original X-1 real quick, sorry, that probably sounds awful, I'm so sorry. But grabbing the original, you can really see the difference. Like, this is night and day. Like, you can tell this isn't even the same car. Like, this has, this engine goes like that, and then, no, this isn't the one that turns, I think. I thought it did. Oh, no, do that there. See, this turns, it becomes a turret. This has missiles that fold out. And then you just lift that, which allows the bike being ready to be able to be shot out. When you push the back down, I don't feel like launching the bike. So yeah, it's a very different, this is obviously a closed top, this is open, very different vehicle. Although I like this design more, this is not really an X-1 Ninja Charger. I think you could excuse this being like an, because this was technically a prototype, you could argue this is like an upgrade. But it is very different to this. And even the Legacy one that came out a few years ago for the 10th anniversary is also extraordinarily different. Even taking these out, bringing this in, you can see how different this is. It's so different. And this one also, oh, the back broke off, but there were spring-loaded missiles there. This doesn't even have any of that. The only play feature it has is launching this bike out, which is the bare minimum because that is what the X-1 Ninja Charger is, a car that had a really fast sports car that has a bike that shoots out. There we go. Yeah, that one I've always found struggles. But so far, this one has the best bike shooting capability. But first, before we do that, let's take a look at the minifigs, because I want to do that first before going too far into the comparison. And starting out, we're going to look at Cryptor. This is a very, very interesting little, I like the Ninjroids a lot. I know some people don't, but I love the Ninjroids. He has 2 swords in the back. He has the Terminus Source's armor. He has the old Ninjroid molding, which we have not gotten a new one of. I really wish we kind of got an upgraded version with dual molding. Then this is his face print. This is the back of his head. It's just a generic Ninjroid. And no leg printing, which is kind of a shame, especially because, again, the Ninjroids have such cool printing and designs. I really think that we could have gotten a really good one, and I really would have loved a new armor piece. But it's not the end of the world for me. Next up, we have Kai ZX. He's again, he's an amazing figure. I've talked about him a lot in the 15th anniversary, so there's not much new. I love the updates, I love the design. I've seen complaints that this isn't the Season 3 version, which, what idiot thought that there's going to be a Season 3 version? I'm sorry, I know that sounds really mean, but also, why would you assume that? The Season 3 version also wasn't in the old Legacy set. It was there was, on the Legacy version of the Season 3 and 4 rogues merged together, but, it wasn't the Season 3 robes. This was never going to be the Season 3 robes. We already knew this was the Legacy outfits for this year. So I think that's a dumb criticism. But he did not have armor, which is a shame. He never came with a weapon, but luckily the set does come. At least my copy came with an extra mini sword and an extra long katana. And it has plenty of swords all over the vehicle that you can take off and have Kai use for weaponry, which is really nice. So yeah, so you can have him dual wield these and be really cool. So it's not like he can't have a weapon, it's just he's not intended to come with a weapon in this set. And then the last figure that comes in this set is Dusk, the Elemental Master Shadow, the exclusive minifigure. Also, one thing I forgot to mention about Kai, so I do apologize, I'm not too familiar with doing Lego set reviews, is he has this back facial expression. It's the same from the movie, so it's not like, anything special, but I figured I should mention it. And then this is Dusk. She is really cool. She has like Misako's young hair and brown, and she has this really cool angry face and this cool happy face. I remember when I pulled her out of the bag and built her, I just got a wave of like how she looked in the show, and she looked so cool. And she does look really cool here. Unfortunately, unlike the other Element Masters, she doesn't have anything to represent her element in her hand, just two of these little smaller swords, which you also do get an extra of as well. So if you want Kai to be using that instead of the golden katanas, you can do that as well. And she looks very nice. She looks very, very nice. I can't wait to put her with the others over there. And to just final out the review, let us discuss these sets here. So, is this better than the other two from the other eras? Well, for this, I like the design more. I like the close concept. This is my preferred style of card compared to these two. It doesn't look much like the original, so it will get dock points there. It also doesn't have the guns that the other ones have. It doesn't have missiles. It doesn't have spring-loaded shooters. It doesn't have any of that. Not even stud shooters, which is a shame. So it's gonna get dock points there as well. And so overall, I would say that this isn't as good as of a representation, but I prefer this as a Kai car, if that makes sense. Like, in terms of representing the X-1 Ninja Charger, it's awful. But in terms of being a Kai car and a Kai vehicle, it's amazing. It's probably my favorite design for the Kai car, to be honest. Now, there is something we do need to discuss, that is the price. This thing is ridiculously overpriced. I believe it's 90 USD for 3 figures. One of which does not have armor, the other one has reused lame armor and has no leg printing whatsoever and has more generic pieces and doesn't even have an updated helmet, where we could have at least gotten maybe Cole with silver dual molding. I believe I saw Bricks My Mind mention that could have happened, and I would have loved to see that. And then we have a very nice figure, but also every set in this wave has come with an exclusive figure, so in this one I don't think should count. So overall, could I recommend this set? Not at retail. I could not recommend it at retail. Maybe if you can find it on sale, which obviously you won't be finding on sale for a while. Again, I got this extraordinarily early. It doesn't come out for a few months in the States. But I recommend sale. I recommend if you don't want to get this set and you're just trying to get the last figure, just get the figure separately. This is not a must-have for your collection unless you love the X-1 Ninja Charger and you love this build. But I can't recommend it for 90. I saw an opportunity to get it early, and I did, but I can't recommend paying full price for this when you have these options. Here, this doesn't represent this as well. This really should have just been a Dragon's Rising set. This should not have been a Legacy set, because unlike every other Legacy set, which has either been an upgrade of an original but kept the core idea, or has been a one-to-one representation of what's in the show, this has been just completely unrelated to these. But this did the motorcycle mechanic the best, and it also has my favorite design out of all 3. But that's more personal preference. That has nothing to do with the design. And now it is time to add Camille to the display. Now let me try to angle this so you can see, so I can work with both my hands. So first things first, we have to take off this end cap here, which looks just like this. I spin her around, connect her like that, place her like that, add her there, and here we go. This is a completed collection right here, and this looks amazing. I wish it was a little bit more even with Elemental Masters on either side. I really wish that we just gotten like a young Misako here. So go Misako, Garmadon, Wu, First Edition Master Wu, just so we can have 4-4. But I'm happy with this. This has been awesome. This looks so good. I can't wait. This will be in the background of every set review that I make. You will notice that Dusk will not be here for some reviews that I made because I recorded them before I got the set. So, and I recorded the set, instantly started got the set built, instantly started recording. But yeah, no, this is amazing. And now pushing this back to be in my background forever. And I'm gonna be putting Kai back up where he belongs. That is how it will look. It looks amazing. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching this video. Again, my name is Oni. This has been an early look at the Legacy X-1 Ninja Charger. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and goodbye for now. And thank you all so much for watching. This is Oni. And I do just want to mention that I do have other content that I make. I make Lego Ninjago discussion videos, and I also have another channel called the X-File Jester, where I play video games. That one is a lot of fun, so if you are interested in seeing more stuff that I do, check it out. I'd love to see you there and have a discussion. That being said, thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye for now.